Here is what you're going to need to make this fringe on your jeans or any pants. A ruler, an awl or some kind of pokey tool. You might even be able to use a punch. Probably a leather punch would work fine. A crochet hook, some scissors, some crochet thread, and some kind of pen. I've got these nice friction pens that will disappear, I forget, with heat. I don't remember. Anyway, they will disappear. Excuse me, they will disappear after you're done and you don't want that mark to show anymore. So let's get started. Okay, so I've got all my 1/4 inch marks. Hopefully you can see that. That pink shows up great. I love the friction pens. They're so easy to use. And they have a nice fine point too. Okay, so now comes the hardest part. I think it's the hardest part. You have to poke holes in your clothing. Your perfectly good clothing. So I've got an awl. Now this is not that much thicker than the crochet hook I'm using. So I do have to really like poke it all the way through, and I'll just show you here. So here's my dot. Poke it through. It goes through very easily. It's just one layer. But then I really shove it all the way through to make that hole big enough. And it kind of like self-heals a little bit as you go. So you may have to go back and just poke it again just to find the hole. But that's not a problem. So, yep, I'm just going to be poking the holes here all the way around. And then I will meet you back when I am done poking holes in my jeans. Okay. Okay, so I've got all my holes punched, as you can hopefully see, all the way around. So now comes the fiddly bit. The first round is very fiddly because you're like sewing and crocheting at the same time, but you'll get through it. Okay, so we want to start on the inside of the leg. So let's see, this is the inside. So we're going to start here so that if our pattern, you know, the first few rounds are just very basic. There's not much of a pattern. But when we do get into a pattern, if I don't have, if it doesn't come out even, you won't be able to see it on the inside of the leg, you know. So that's a good place to start. And also I wanted to mention, I had one, see, I had this dot like right on that seam, and so I kind of cheated and went over to the side here because I didn't want to start right on, or I didn't want the hole right in that seam. I did have to do one right in the middle, but that was easier than on the edge of the seam. So anywho, okay, so first thing we do, is that the inside? Yes. Just gotta double check. So we're gonna just push the hook through the hole. Come on, man. Where are you? There. Okay. Push the hook through the hole, and then we're going to pull up a loop. Make sure you have a really nice long tail So pull a loop through here, and then basically pull it through that loop, and there you have your first stitch. I know, not super exciting, but leave a nice long tail like that. Now we go to our next hole, which hopefully we can find without redoing. Oh, there we go. Okay. Pull the thread through. See, it's very fiddly. It gets better. It's just the first few stitches are the most fiddly. And then pull through. Okay. Now we have 2 stitches. Stitches are crochet, single crochet stitches. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and then into the next hole. Come on, where are you? Where is it? I see the pink. Okay, get the all. There it is. Okay. Sometimes you just need to do that so you can see it, so you can find it. Okay. Into the hole. There. Okay. Pull through. Sometimes you'll pull some threads from the jeans through along with the crochet thread. Like, this is not coming through easily. In that case, well, okay, I got it that time, but sometimes you have to take the hook out and just put it back in so it's just grabbing the crochet thread and not the jeans threads. Okay, and make sure these stitches are tight, so I need to pull that back down. What is happening? Okay, that looks good, but no. Why is that so big? There we go. Okay. Fiddly. Like I said, it's fiddly. It's doable, it's just fiddly. There we go. And single crochet. Woohoo! We got 3 stitches. I'll do a few more and then I will leave you and go sit in my comfy chair to do the rest of the round. Oh, come on. See, look at that. It just disappears, the hole. It's weird how it does that. Because then you go, hey, hole, where are you? And it magically reappears. Ta-da! Okay, into the hole. Bring up, no. It is kind of hard to do this standing up. Come on, wiggly, wiggly, wiggle. Yeah, I've got threads from the jeans, I can tell. See that? So want to get the crochet thread through. So sometimes you just take out the hook, pull the crochet thread, you know, whatever works. Okay. There we go. Now we have 4. And this one we'll get that not so loose once we get all the way around and, you know, attach it to the end of the round, then it will look better. Sorry for bumping the camera. My gosh. Yeah, so keep your awl handy because you may have to redo your holes. I swear, I punched that and now it's gone. It's just not there. Come on, little hole. Nope, not gonna do it. There it is. Oh, I hear little Winnie feet. Hi, Winnie. Okay, she's also telling me, Mom, let's go to your chair so we can finish this in comfort. There we go. Hey, that one worked easily. Okay, so this is the longest round. It will take the longest to do this round because it's so fiddly, but it's worth it, you know? You get a fun result at the end. Okay, so I'm gonna go sit in my comfy chair, finish this round, and then come back. Okay, so I finished that round, and now we're gonna do a round of some double crochets. We're gonna do 2 double crochets in each one of these chain 1 spaces between the stitches. So to start, you know, it's always weird at the beginning of the round. So first we're going to do a slip stitch, or maybe we're not. Try that again. Come on. Okay, slip stitch, and then do a chain 3, which will stand in for our first double crochet. Okay, and then do a normal double crochet. Okay, so it looks like that. It looks a little wonky, but you won't see it because it's on the inside of the leg. So we'll just go to the next chain 1 space and do 2 double crochets. There's 1. And 2, and then we do the next one so you can see kind of a pattern of how they should look. Okay. Alright, so that's what it should look like. 2 double crochets in those chain 1 spaces, and just do that all the way around, and this should be an easy, fast, pretty fast round because it's not fiddly like that first round. Okay, so I will meet you back at the end of the round. Okay, so I'm almost done with this round. I'm just gonna finish this last few stitches. Just went for a walk with Winnie. It's very nice out, but hot, so So we have the air conditioners on. We just have window air conditioners. We live in an old house, so no central air. So sorry if the AC is noisy, but I'm not turning it off. Okay. Oh, I suppose I could zoom in a little. That's better. Ah. Okay. Okay, so we've just got this last space, and I'm noticing really probably what I should have done was put another double crochet in that first space. I was counting the, you know, chain 3, but it really looks like the chain 3 is on this last space when you get around to it. So I think I'm just gonna put one, let's see how that looks. Put one double crochet in there, and then if I slip stitch, you gotta slip stitch into the top of that chain 3 at the beginning of the round. Let's see if that looks okay. Yeah, see, that looks like there's 2, doesn't it? It looks like there's 2 double crochets in that last space instead of in the first space. Oh well, so there's one missing there, but don't tell anyone, and I won't tell anyone. And you won't be able to see it. Okay, so the next round we're gonna do, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a double crochet, which on the first stitch is a chain 3, and then we're gonna do a chain for an in-between stitch. So we're basically doing chain 4. Let's do chain 4 and then skip 1 double crochet and double crochet into the next stitch. So skip that one, go into this one. And then chain 1. Then skip a double crochet and double crochet into the next one. So I'll do a few here and then we'll look at it to see what it looks like. Then chain 1, skip a double crochet into the next one. And chain 1. Okay, so see, it looks like little boxes, basically. Bigger spaces. All right. So this is the second to the last round. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds total, including that first sewing round. And the last round will be a shell, will be a little shell with kind of, I don't know, it doesn't look exactly like a picot, but you know, it sticks out a little at the top of the shell. And that's what I like, is that sticky out bit. It just looks nice. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're doing this round right here right now with the squares. Okay, so again, it is skip one double crochet and double crochet into the next one. Then chain one, then skip one double crochet and double crochet into the next one. All right, and go all the way around, and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, and back. So I've gone all the way around with those little squares, and I'm doing my last double crochet, then chain one, and then we're gonna do a slip stitch into the third chain of that first stitch. So just stick it in there, slip stitch, pull it through. There we go. Okay, and now we're gonna do the last round. So we start with a shell, and a shell is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 more double crochets, all in the same space. Okay, so let's start. Well, first let's get into, yeah, we got to get into that space. Okay. Ooh, a little too tight. Come on. There we go. 1 double crochet. 2. Okay, so that's 3 double crochets. Now we do chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and 3 more double crochets. Get in there. Okay, so there's the nice little shell. Okay, and now we want to make a little space between these shells so that there's kind of a nice wave, you know, going up and down like that. I tried to just do shells on every other space, and it didn't work. It was just too crowded. So I did have to, you know, try some things, see how they worked, modify. You can do that. I mean, I did that with the very first round. The video that I had watched, the person did stitch every 1/2 inch, and that just felt like an enormous amount of space to me. And they were using thicker yarn, so I decided to do more stitches, closer together, smaller thread, and then I had to figure out like how many chains, if any, between these stitches So, you know, I would try like 10, 15 stitches and then look and see if it looked okay, and if not, modify it, try something else. So I did figure out, and I think this is the way I don't know, some other person did it too, but you know, nothing's new. So we're gonna skip a space. Oh, and we're gonna do a chain one. We always do a chain one. So skip a space and then do a double crochet in the next space, and that'll kind of give us our valley in our up and down mountains and valleys. And then chain one again, and then skip a space, and then do another shell. And that's basically your pattern, is you're doing shell, chain one, double crochet, chain one, shell, chain one, double crochet, chain one, and so on. And then you're skipping every other space. The box is what I mean. Okay, so where were we? Doing a first double crochet of the shell in that space. Okay. Okay, that's 3 double crochets, then chain 3, and 3 more double crochets. There's 1. I really love working with this crochet thread. I don't know why, it's just fun. It's like not too tiny. I mean, it looks like a small hook, but it's really not that bad to work with. Okay, so I got my shell. Then I'm gonna do chain 1, skip 1 space, double crochet into the next space, chain 1, skip another space, and do a shell. Okay, let's see if you can, yeah, so you can see how it's gonna go. Okay, so I'm gonna make my way around, and I will meet you guys back at the end of the round. Okay, so I've made it all the way around, and I just did a double crochet in that space, and I'm seeing that I have, this is kind of weird. Okay. So if I skip that space and then go into this space, I would normally do a shell, but there's already a shell right there. So I'm just gonna kind of fudge it and do 1 more chain here, so chain 2 instead of chain 1, and then slip stitch into, oh, let's see, the bottom, or the first double crochet of this shell. If I can get in there. There's a dog who's sitting on me at the moment. Okay, just slip it in there. Come on. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so then we're gonna cut this and end the round, and we're done. I'm just going to cut a long tail and bring it through this last loop. And I'll get a needle and I will weave it probably down the inside and then like through a few stitches this way and then come back this way and then cut it. And I'll do the same thing with this tail. This tail I'll probably pull up here and weave into some of these stitches back and forth just to make it more secure than just weaving it in some of these loose stitches down here. Okay, and that is it. So I will finish weaving those in and then I'll model it for you. So I'll be right back. Hi guys, okay, so I'm modeling the jeans. I got them all finished. So I really like them. I think they're fun. I like the edging on its own, but then I also like the sort of delicate frilliness combined with the grunge of these style of jeans with all the patches and rips and stuff. So yeah, so I guess this is my upcycling as well as crocheting. So I hope you guys like this, and thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!